New Bern Civic Theater is a non-profit community theater. We typically host 6 main stage productions each season, including 2 larger-scaled musicals. With the exception of a few stipends, these productions are produced and staged by volunteers. We have limited backstage space, fly rails, resources, money, and time. With every show, we are attempting Broadway on a budget. My name is Keith Boyd, NBCT board member and director of the November 2022 production of Mel Brooks's The Producers, a musical comedy known for pushing the boundaries of good taste and theatrical extravagance. The decision to stage this show was not taken lightly. The Producers requires multiple locations, costumes, dances, and a signature number that must top everything that has come before it.
And that is why they call me Don't be stupid, be a smarty! Come and join the Nazi party!
Our backstage space is too limited to store numerous set pieces, and our fly rails cannot support heavy construction items. The Producers consistently alternates between Bialystok's office and multiple different locations. Our production team was worried about the efficiency of moving large set pieces on and off stage or compromising the quality of the set pieces to make them more manageable in our space. We decided early on that our show would forego lavish set design and settle on a minimalistic approach. We will sell the locations and characters with necessary set pieces, props, choreography, and costume design. This kept scene changes shorter and the pace of our show quicker. These decisions also gave us a relatively open stage for the majority of the show, allowing free range for our talented performers and Amanda Pumphrey's stunning choreography to have however much space they desired. This does mean that certain gags were lost, such as the cleaning of Bialystok's office at the beginning of Act 2.
Ula?
Yeah.
What happens in here?
Like you tell Ula. Tiny.
When did you have time to do all this?
Intermission.
We did our best to convey this change with a couch cover and removable panels for Bialystok's desk, but it is a sacrifice we were willing to make for faster scene changes and pacing.
From Mary Poppins, this was George Banks's desk, which was just a table. So what will happen is, this will be made up to look like the nice desk at the end. These pieces will be made up to look like the, and we will just attach those in the front with a couple of screws, and at intermission we'll just unscrew it and take it off. And again, strong enough for somebody to stand on.
Yeah, there's a whole frame under that.
The largest build that we had was an upstage platform, roughly 3 feet tall, that stretched across the stage with steps in front. This platform was built with mostly pre-existing materials, saving money. While our construction budget was $1,200, we were able to allocate unused funds to other departments.
Because of the size, the height of the backdrop, which will be right about here.
Yes.
When the scrim comes down, it needs to come down to about here.
Oh, that's true.
This is all open back here.
Sweet.
Because this is open, guess what? We can put a prop table right there. We can put a prop table right there. We can put one right there.
Good, because we're going to need some.
Yes, we are.
It must be noted that the minimalistic set approach is also sold through the efforts of our set painter Amanda Scheibe and our lighting designer Chris Pearson. A well-placed paintbrush and shadow can and did cover many sins.
The only kind of music that we hunt, who the honey love to sing. That's Sonic!
The accounting office was achieved with a few prop columns and a trick myself and stage manager Cliff Nielsen devised for the November 2016 production of Mary Poppins. For the precision and order sequence, we outfitted each of the bank tellers with an over-the-shoulder office desk tray. This gave the actors a workspace and props that was instantly cleared when the actors exited the stage. For the producers, a calculator was also built into the tray.
Very unhappy, 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 very, 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 very unhappy.
Franz Liebken's rooftop birdhouse was designed by stage manager Cliff Nielsen and executed by our talented builders.
All right, so this is our Nazi pigeon coop. This first one is Adolf's house. The rest of the pigeons will be living in here. Imagine each one of these sticks is a pigeon. And they start dancing like this. Or they can dance like this. Adolf can do the same thing. And his wing will be attached up here somewhere. And his wing will come up. Sieg Heil. Sieg Heil. Sieg Heil. Put that wing up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Till we blow, I'll you know who.
That's terrible, I love it.
It is.
Not to mention all the brown shirts marching by. Brings a tear to every single Nazi eye. Yeah, old, I'm talking old Bavaria.
The Shubert sign led to an interesting challenge. In Act 1, Scene 1, the sign must display Funny Boy. In Act 1, Scene 9, the sign enters and reveals Springtime for Hitler.
Opening night, it's opening night.
Through the run of Act 1, there was no time to fly the sign down and change the sign. Cliff Nielsen devised a wire and pin attachment which could be pulled from the flyloft, opening the sign, revealing Springtime, and hiding Funny Boy.
These two match up. This goes right down the center.
That then just gets pulled from the flyloft.
Right.
Community theater. It looks really good on this side. Doesn't that look great? And then you come over this way, and it's just it's just scraps being held together.
Nails.
Yep.
Staples.
Well done, but yeah, it's just we're just holding on
It's only got to look good on one side.
for 3 weekends.
For 3 weeks.
That's it. With a minimalistic set, the pressure was on costume designer Jasyn Griffith and Angelina Doyle to further sell not just the characters, but the worlds they inhabit.
Khaki ties too, right? Everything khaki.
Those are black ties.
Oh, they are. Okay,
Yes.
so they
Those
are black ties.
Black
And then,
tie, black belt.
what about legs?
Black hat.
They wear what kind of legs you want them to have?
I don't know. I'd like
Sexy
them,
legs.
I'd like them bare, or I mean, I've got them in fishnets for this number. They could keep their. I'm doing sparkly fishnets here. Do you want sparkly fishnets there?
That's you, baby.
The original budget for costumes was $1,500. This proved to be not nearly enough for the specialized costumes this show required. While the theater has many suits and dresses in storage, we did not have pre-existing materials for the usherettes, Nazi stormtroopers, showgirls, Bavarian peasants, prisoners, and the army of matching little old ladies. We haven't even mentioned Roger's entourage, the policemen, street people, Joseph Stalin, Winston Churchill, or the springtime costume parade. Unused funds from every corner of the production were diverted to costuming in order to enhance and sell all these extravagant characters.
There's no buttons. What are the Germans doing?
They didn't need them. They were too strong.
I think that might be the least worst thing the Germans did.
Germany was having trouble, what a sad story. Needed a new leader to restore its former glory.
Do you feel pretty?
I always feel pretty. I don't need a dress to feel pretty.
I'm going as the Grand Duchess Anastasia. I think I look more like the Chrysler Building.
Another unusual task also fell to Jasyn Griffith. The Springtime for Hitler sequence builds to a signature moment where a mirrored surface descends from the fly and reveals to the audience the stormtroopers enacting a living swastika on stage. Due to the aforementioned limitations of our fly rails, we were not able to hang and fly a mirrored surface for this reveal. So instead, taking inspiration from forgive me, Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Jasyn created a large swastika parachute for the signature moment.
Front half, now my dancers are gonna have probably let go by now. And then the rest of you. Now you guys need to up and over, walk it that way over him. So Caitlin, you're already gonna have been gone too. Just now, he's gonna help do that. The slower you go, the more it's gonna drop. Right? When we parachute, it flies. Yes. If you run and go, okay, so I'm going just over here. Yes, okay. Just straight up. So it'll give the air lift to give it over his mouth.
Jasyn Griffith, wonderful Jewish costumer here who made way too many swastikas for this show. But now it is only fitting that she toss it in the fire.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
These were just a few of the specifics that went into our community theater production of The Producers. It takes a dedicated group of volunteers countless hours to make these shows happen. From music direction, to building, to choreography, to sound design, and of course, to acting. Each volunteer surrenders their time after working jobs, going to school, and caring for their families to make this magic happen. Stagehand Hope Bircher captured this video of the backstage during the final show, right before the bows. It perfectly captures the indescribable energy of community theater, tired but determined, silly but focused, satisfied but ready for more. These are the faces of community theater. Community theater will never match the spectacle of Broadway. We don't have the money or the time, but we can match the passion. We can match the determination. And with good planning, we can take our small town audiences to places they never expected to go, thanks to the hard work of our dedicated volunteers.